Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mystery Kings Vanguard channel, and today I have some random guy called, I don't know what's his name.
Hey, hello.
VG Sohai.
Okay, get the hell out of my house.
Okay, VG Sohai, yeah, let's stick to that. So basically I'm back here doing another deck profile. This time is for Link Joker Standard, or people will call it Deleters, like what it's meant to be. So I'm gonna start off this deck profile by saying that there's really no solid list yet as of recording this video. So I'm currently playing what I feel that's currently how I feel is most optimal. So opinions may differ from player to player. So let's stick to that. And VG here is gonna help me out with some card names. I think. I hope it's useful. So yeah. Yes. Okay. So basically, obviously, this is a force clan, so I gotta need a force marker. So we have over here like Rekka English. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Ren, Kai, Kote, the usual field that I have. So yeah. As for starter, I'm going to play this, don't know what, Draco Kid or something. Alright, draw one is the same, so doesn't matter which one you run. There's a deleter one, there's this one. Both works, I guess. Next is, what's the name of the VR?
VR.
Yes.
The VR. Let me check.
Grey Hole?
Yeah, Grey Hole. But
Some-
I don't know what's up Grey Hole.
What deleter Grey Hole? Okay, let's stick to
We
Grey.
even deleted Grey Hole or not?
Okay, let's stick to Grey Hole, can already. So basically, continuous skill, your opponent's rear guard cannot move, I guess. So as long as you stick to one rear guard, it stays there as long as he's on the
Yeah,
field.
we even deleted Grey Hole.
Yes. And next, which is the main attraction of the card, which basically is an on-place Vanguard skill. You may counter blast one, soul blast one, choose one of your opponent's rear guard and bind it face down. And if this ridden over a grade 3, you may delete your opponent Vanguard and this unit gets +1 critical. So it's actually a really good card, I would say. It's not too bad to the point it's like garbage or something. It's not that good to the point whereby it's overpowered with guard restrict or some bullshit. But I would say this card is actually really balanced. It's actually really solid. So running this at 4 off. And next for the secondary grade 3, which may differ from player to player, but I'm personally running the Trout card. Basically, what's the Trout card? What's the Trout card? Grey what? Grey on.
Talking deleted Grey on.
Grey on. Okay. Basically he has a X skill, which is the main reason why you're running this card. Basically, counter blast to choose one opponent Vanguard, you can delete it. And auto skill, when this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you may soul blast one, choose one of your opponent's rear guard and bind it face down. So he's the main grade 3 and the first grade 3 you want to be on. So it's similar to how Kagura want to see or sit on Overlord first before going into like your Grey Hole, or Kagura we're gonna call it Waterfall. So as a finisher, so yeah, he's a really potent card at that, and I would say 4 off. Which I've seen Sunny's actually playing Sword Child, which actually isn't that bad, I would say. Sword Child together with that grade 2 that lets you superior, right, actually makes for some very threatening play. If like example, you go first, you can turbo your way up to grade 3, so by opponent riding up to grade 2, this comes online immediately, the effect. So that's one thing to take note of. So I'm personally running this at 4 copies, so yep, that's about it. Next is this grade 2. What's the grade 2? What's the name of this? This one, you know, this one. Yes.
Shift deleter GLE.
GLE or whatever. Okay.
GLE.
GLE. Okay, doesn't matter how you pronounce it, but basically, I'm placed on rearguard circle from hand. I think from hand, I'm not sure. Choose, okay, this unit get plus 4000 power if you have more rearguards than your opponent. And the second skill is Vanguard or rearguard circle. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you may soul blast one, choose one of your opponent rearguard and bind it face down. And if no cards were bound by this effect, you draw 1. So no matter how you look at it, it sets you either +1 to your side or -1 to opponent's board. I would say it's a really potent card. You definitely need to run this at the 4 because it's your form of early game in the deck. So it's something like how Kagero's Berserk. So basically, yep, main grade 3 main grade 2 you want the first ride, and not just that, it's actually a very important card. Even if later on it provides on hit pressure, which may or may not make your opponent play suboptimal plays. Okay. Next is the grade 2 choice, which actually varies from player to player. I'm currently running a total of 4 copies of 10k vanilla. So let me explain why. The more I would say the popular choice to be running the grade 2 is the two brothers. What's the two brother name?
Alba and Arrow.
Alba and Arrow. Okay.
That one is bloating deleter Geo.
Which one?
The interceptor, the tanky interceptor.
Okay.
That one you're talking about.
The thing about those two brothers is that it's gonna take up a total of like potentially 9 slots if you're gonna play 3 to maybe 12 slots in your deck, which I don't think you have that much space for it, assuming you have to run Given, that's one thing when you're running, and Hip. So, and also it is cause a counterblast, which your Greyon is gonna take up 2, and every time you on right, you have to use one for Greyhoe. And just saying, the only way you can countercharge it is, spoiler alert, only if you have no face like counterblast. So you have to be really careful on how you use that card. And secondly, spoiler alert, for triggers I'm running currently is 7 draws, which this actually makes up for shield value. And also on a deleted Vanguard, this is gonna demand 15k shield from opponent, and on top of force marker is gonna go for 25k shield. So no matter how you look at it, I would say that the 10k vanilla is the more optimal one to be running from my point of view. So running in a 4th. Next is lie down deleter Given. I think that's what I call it, but basically Given. I think a lot of you remember from the old deleters back in G as being a very cancerous card. Like, you know, like on first grade 3, right, you kill opponent before they even start striding. But now it's been reworked, which I would say this is actually a lot better. At the end of battle, this unit attack, if your opponent's Vanguard's deleted, you select up to 6 rearguard / cards. So either you sack 3, you discard 3, or any order like your choice. You restand your Vanguard and it gets drive -1. So basically pair that together with a deleted Vanguard, and this is gonna make up for a very scary play. Now, why 3 copies? It sounds like a really good card, but I personally feel that it's one. Having a 9k body, if you're gonna ride it, you're gonna make yourself very vulnerable to a potential rush, namely from Excel clans, which there's one very potent one as of now, which is called Murakumo. So that's one thing. 2, having a discard 6 cost or retire 6 sets you back by a lot, and you generally don't want to use it unless you just ride him over. So that's one thing you need to consider. So basically it doesn't come online until your 4th turn. That's why I'm personally choosing to run a very low count of this, but feel free to pump it up to 4 if you feel like it. I would say 4 is fine, but I'm personally very comfortable with running 3 instead. And next copy is this triple rare Malcolm. Who's Malcolm? VG Shihai. What's that? What's that name? The Soul Blast one, top 2.
The something Demon Eater Chow something.
Whatever.
Chow, wait, hold on. I got it. Open up the deck, okay, not Chow.
Okay, what's so Chow or something? Okay, never mind. Basically on plays on Rearguard Circle, doesn't have to be from hand. Soul Blast 1, look at the top 2 cards of a deck, and if your opponent has 2 or less Rearguard, you call one that's equal or low grade than your opponent's Vanguard. So be careful when using this card. You might want to use this only when your opponents are grade 3. And the thing about this card is that it provides you a +1 to field, which fuels for Given's retire skill. It gives you a form of a retire fodder. And one thing you need to know with this card is that if you're playing against decks like Shadow Party, which they're gonna flood your field, this actually becomes pretty useless. So if it comes to that, you can always become retire fodder for Given. That's how you look at it, and stop stripping in front of me. BG Shia is stripping in front of me.
No,
like, okay.
I'm not changing my clothes. I'm going to go out after this, bro.
Okay.
So like you stay at home.
Next card is this card. Basically, I know you're busy changing, but never mind. Forget it, useless.
Yeah,
never mind.
What?
Okay, never mind.
No, wait.
Yes.
Like, Ferment Deleter Gain.
Okay, Gain, whatever. Okay, basically an L battle this unit attack, specifically attack. You retire yourself and choose one of your opponent grade 1 rearguard and retire it, and not retire it, bind it face down, and then you can discard 1 card from your hand and draw 1. So basically, it's a net, I guess. So you're trading 1 for opponent, and it also lets you thin out your deck. So if you have any like dead cards in hand, like dead Givens early on that you don't really need, you can always throw him out to get a better card, I guess. Which is really important. I'll say this is a very good card. If you're playing against DI, they're gonna want to keep their Dorian the Truster, or against Shadow Paladin, where you suddenly see them having one the main, just snipe it off. Like, it's free. Next is this card, which is the only counter charger you have in the deck, which is actually very
Fate Deleter Drown.
This is actually a really weird card, I would say. Basically, when your opponent's Vanguard is deleted. So I would say it doesn't work very well with Greyhoe. So you may move it to soul and choose one of your opponent rearguard and bind it face down, so it's a -1 to your opponent. And if you have no face or counter blast, you can counter charge 1. So it provides you a form of counter charge engine, but you really need to watch how you use this card because you only can counter charge if you have no face up, which is actually very suboptimal for your part. So sometimes you may have to make very suboptimal plays to actually suit this counter charge, which I find really iffy. But I guess it works. It still sets your opponent back by one rear guard, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. Next is this 7k base card, which actually is really scary, I'll say. Hello, this guy, 7k base.
Oh, that one, the guy that binds the whole column, that one.
Yes, this is actually really good.
This Embroil Divita
Jaga, okay, whatever, let's keep it there. On place, counterblast one, choose one of your other rear guards and retire it. So it's gonna cost you a card, but then if you do, you choose all of the unit in the same column as this, so including your opponent side, bind all of it face down. So basically you -1 to your opponent to -2 to your opponent side. So in a sense, it gets you a +1 in terms of advantage, which is actually really important. If you can go into this so +1 chain to this is even better. It's actually really toxic. So you have a retire cost the moment you call it out. I'm running 2 of these because if you go to the point whereby not really mid to late game. If you go to a point whereby opponents barely have anything on the field, which actually is a really good strategy against this deck, he becomes kind of dead, which I don't think you want it to happen. So I'm currently running 2 copies, and can change him to him is actually really toxic, as mentioned. Next, as for trigger lineup, is actually my personal choice. I'm currently running a total of 5 crit and 7 draws, and remaining 4 heals. So, okay, why this lineup? I personally find it very comfortable to have vanilla draws because you can always use him to discard for him if you have to, or it can serve as a retire fodder for him, which gives you a lot more options. As this deck, you actually want to see through quite a fair amount of pieces. Like, at some point you want to see given, so you're gonna have need something like this to turbo your way up, or if you are maybe misriding on first ride, I would say the draws may potentially save you. And obviously 4 heals, which we got really lucky. I packed out, not really packed out, open up this 4 heal, which is like going for a solid 6,000 off big web. So it's an instant profit on my part. BG Chai was asking me that day, which trial deck do you want? Choose wisely. I chose the right one. So yeah, that's about it for the deck profile. I'm pretty sure that there's other lists going around. I actually saw a very interesting one at my locals like yesterday, which is running on Swatch Heart engine, which is actually really, really good. I may try that for myself if it happens to be good. I'll maybe do a deck profile on it if you guys want it. So that's about it for today. If you like the video, just leave a like, subscribe.
Bye bye.
Yep, that's about it. Okay, bye guys.